And President Biden is in Brussels today for the NATO summit. This morning, he called the NATO alliance a, quote, sacred obligation, a sharp contrast to former President Trump, who called it obsolete. The summit comes after the president met with Queen Elizabeth over the weekend and as he now prepares to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin on Wednesday. Before that big meeting with Putin, President Biden is set to meet with more key allies at the NATO summit to try to reassert the United States' commitment to the alliance. Congressional correspondent Rachel Scott has been following the president every step of the way on his first foreign trip, and she joins me live now with more. Hi, Rachel. I know that summit with Vladimir Putin, it's a high-stakes one, but it's not the only high-stakes meeting on Biden's schedule. He's also set to meet with President Erdogan of Turkey. So what's at stake there?
Yeah, and we're expecting that meeting to happen any moment now. This comes at a time when relations between Turkey and the United States are tense. President Biden recognized the Armenian genocide. Turkish President Erdogan saying before he left for this summit that he found those comments to be very negative and that the approach has seriously upset them. So expect that to be a key point that is hit on during that meeting. And on the U.S. side, there has been some frustration with Turkey purchasing Russian defense systems at a time when the United States is really trying to show this united front, that the allies are coming together ahead of this critical and high-stakes meeting, as you mentioned, with Russian President Putin. President Biden wants to go in with the wind at his back, not at a time when he feels like his allies are growing closer to Russia. But these two, this is not their first time meeting, obviously. Back in 2011, President Biden was in Turkey speaking at a global summit. At the time, Erdogan was actually sick. Biden, then vice president, paid him a house visit. It was supposed to be a short meeting. The two ended up talking for hours. But we know that relations have sort of gotten even more tense over the last couple of months. And Erdogan saying that he wants to ask Biden that question directly. Why have the U.S. relations with Turkey grown only more tense, Diane?
And Rachel, what else is on Biden's agenda at this NATO summit? What's he hoping to accomplish?
This is all about reaffirming the United States and leadership on the world stage. We saw that at the G7 summit, now again here at the NATO summit. The president making clear that the alliance, he believes that the alliance is rock solid, that he wants to reaffirm the partnership with the nations. And it comes at a time when former President Donald Trump railed against NATO. He called it obsolete. He questioned Article 5, which is in the NATO agreement, saying that when one of us is attacked, all of us is attacked. It was actually only invoked once after the September 11th attack on the Twin Towers. And so President Biden is here trying to reassure our partners of our presence. But still, there's going to be some sticking points, including the president's decision to withdraw troops from Afghanistan. We know that some world leaders were caught off guard by that, raising some concern. We just got off a call with a senior administration official who kind of pushed back on that idea. That person said that they were in the room for some of the meetings and that some of these allies agreed with President Biden's decision to withdraw troops from Afghanistan, but they want to make sure that there is a stable presence in the region, Diane.
And Rachel, Biden's also pushing allies to be tougher on China. How are they responding to that?
Yeah, and this is something that's really interesting here. One administration official kind of put it this way. China is on the verge of having the biggest economy. They're the second largest defense budget, and they have the biggest Navy right now. So there is a lot of concern between these allies about the growing influence of China on the world's economy. So we saw that be a key issue at the G7. President Biden was also lobbying and pressuring allies to take a tougher stand against China and human rights issues and abuses, including forced labor. This is something that is growing and becoming a topic of discussion, something that we have not seen in previous G7 summits or even at NATO summits before. And so President Biden and the allies are talking about how to counter China's growing influence. But China, the embassy responding just yesterday, they're throwing cold water on all of this. They're saying the time in which a few nations can decide about how one nation goes forward and carries out their business is long gone, Diane.
All right. And looking ahead to that, again, the big summit with Vladimir Putin, what do we know about how that whole thing will go down and how Biden's expected to confront Putin over Russia's role in recent cyber attacks, election interference, human rights abuses, things like that?
Yeah, I am told that this is going to be a very candid and direct meeting between the two leaders, both of them coming first face to face for the first time since President Biden took office. The stakes are high, Diane, but the expectations from the White House are low. They know the fact that presidents have been slapping sanctions on Russia for a long time now, and little has changed. Still, President Biden believes that the best way to have this conversation about U.S. and Russian relations is face to face. And so we know that this is going to be different than previous times before, especially the stark contrast with former President Donald Trump. There will be no joint press conference. If you remember back in 2018, Trump came out with Putin holding this joint press conference. He openly questioned U.S. intelligence about Russian election meddling, taking President Vladimir Putin's words as is. We're not going to see that this time around. President Biden will hold his own press conference. He'll take questions directly from reporters there. And this is just coming to a head in just a couple of days. All of this, like I said, the White House believes that these meetings with alliances and our partners are going to put the wind behind Biden's back heading into that critical meeting, Diane.
All right, ABC News congressional correspondent Rachel Scott. Thanks, Rachel. And you can watch our full coverage of the Biden-Putin summit on Wednesday right here on ABC News Live.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.